Hello, it's Meg. I'm so stoked because today we are diving into the not so pleasant pasts of your favorite foods. I couldn't sleep the other night because I was literally running through my head trying to figure out how I wanted to do this. Because I was thinking to myself, there's gotta be snacks out there that I'm already obsessed with that have some kind of creepy and disturbing past. As bad as that sounds, but those are the things I like. The crime and paranormal stories, and then of course all I do all day is eat snacks. So it was perfect. Lo and behold, I came across this particular story that I'm sure is going to be very surprising to say the least. So welcome to the official Scary Snack Stories. I don't know what I'll call it yet. I'm still on the fence about it, but yeah. This is kind of weird. It's a little bit different pace too than the normal snack breaks because we're going to be talking about some subjects that are a little, it's not really that kid friendly. I mean, I'm just going to say it. It's the truth. The subject today is cornflakes and a side of anti-masturbation. So let's get into it. Not in that way. It's crazy. So in 1894, William Kellogg worked at the Battle Creek Sanitarium in Battle Creek, Michigan. Now, Battle Creek Sanitarium was a health resort that really honed in on different principles advocated by different religious groups, specifically the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Now, the interesting thing is while William Kellogg worked at Battle Creek Sanitarium, his brother was a superintendent there. And at this sanitarium, I thought it was so creepy because one of their main focuses was hydrotherapy. If you've seen Sarah Paulson's show on Netflix, Ratchet, you will have the same weird creepy thoughts as me. In Ratchet, what they do is they give people hydrotherapy, which is just different bathing temperatures that people bathe in, and it's supposed to help, cure different issues about that person. It's really creepy. It makes me feel really uncomfy, kind of like when I think about shock therapy and how messed up that is. Yeah, this was not really that much different as far as the obscurity. They would literally put people in different temperatured baths and just be like, all right, this is going to cure you. You'll be fine after this. In addition to hydrotherapy, William Kellogg specifically was fixated on something called biologic living, which is how he came to create the infamous cornflakes. William Kellogg believed that this biologic living should be consisting of exercising more, bathing more, and eating whole grains and less meat. And that eating meat, the way that Americans were during this time period, during the late 1800s, early 1900s, he thought was just kind of gluttony because it was a luxury to eat steak, potatoes, and pie. And so I guess that was the preferred food back then, which is interesting because I feel like that's kind of the American classic, at least here in the Midwest. It's that's what everyone wants, a good old steak and potatoes. William Kellogg saw this as a huge problem, though, because of the endemic that was happening around American culture at this time, due to the terrible eating habit. Dyspepsia, I think it's how you pronounce that. I'm a little dyslexic. Dyspepsia, which basically was just digestion problems, to break it all down to you, that William Kellogg associated with the terrible diet of eating too much meat in Americans. But this was really an issue that William Kellogg felt like he had, the opportunity to help create this movement. And he says later on, when asked about his cornflakes and the later destruction that kind of came of his invention, I mean, because cornflakes were kind of the first cereal. So even though he had a patent on Kellogg's in the long run, people still found ways to, make their own cereal and make large profits off it. But William Kellogg says, I'm not after the business, I'm after the reform. So I'm trying to paint a background for you here to show that William Kellogg was very much into the right way to live, okay? So now that you have this background, why did he end up creating the cornflake? And what does it have to do with masturbation? Kellogg believed that bland foods would help to push Americans far away from a particular sin that he associated with sweet foods, savory foods, and comfort foods. And I swear to you, I have been doing research on this because I could not believe my eyes. The cornflake was made to help to stop one sin in particular, masturbation. He thought it was a terrible sin and that a diet of bland foods would help to curb Americans from this. I don't know, I guess bland foods in a bath. Put them in a freezing cold bath. If that doesn't work, heat it up. I don't know. That show Ratchet, I mean, holy crap. Oh my gosh, it's just terrible. They boil someone in the bath. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Oh my God. It was absolutely crazy. But yeah, he seriously thought to himself that bland foods such as this cornflake that was unflavored, no sugar. Oh, and I should tell you this too. When the cornflake first came out, it had a reputation for breaking people's teeth, like cracking their teeth, because it was so hard. And he was feeding this to people at this health resort, which really sounds like a prison. A church prison. It's terrible. I couldn't believe it. I was absolutely stunned. Other than these kind of cult-like underlying reasons for creating cornflake cereal, William Kellogg really did try to practice everything that he was preaching. It is said that he had been a vegetarian, just as he tried to preach to, I shouldn't say preach, that's probably the wrong verb to use, that he tried to guide his health resort patients and following. And to this day also, Kellogg's now has their own product line with Morningstar Farms for one of their meatless meat options. It's called Incognito. But yeah, they've got a lot of different options for burgers, chicken strips, all those kinds of things, chicken nuggets, and they're meatless. So it's kind of cool that is still working out for him. But anyway, I don't know. That's a little bit too creepy for me. I do like cornflakes, but now I think I might have to switch over back to Life cereal because I don't know about this whole Kellogg's thing, this whole meatless thing. I don't know. I better switch over to General Mills. I'm just kidding, but thanks for joining me today and this backstory surrounding cornflakes. It's creepy. I don't know. Would I eat cornflakes to stop masturbating? Probably. I would eat cornflakes just to eat the cornflakes if they didn't crack my teeth, and that would be a no-no for me. Give the Snack Break a follow on Instagram, a like on Facebook, and of course, go ahead and download these episodes and follow if you're interested in getting updates for the next episodes of Snack Break with Meg. See ya.